Bellingham Unitarian Fellowship. I'm Reverend Paul Beckles. We gather to remember today that as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence liberates others. Will you say this with me? It's printed on the cover of your order of service. Quote from Marian Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. We gather today to celebrate this reality, and we gather to acknowledge that we need a few things. We need to do a few things in order to embody this truth with our lives. For example, to be liberated from our fears, we need deep sources of inspiration. So as Heather lights the chalice today, her last Sunday with us before heading off to the Peace Corps, please share with one another. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service gives it life. Celebrating our diversity and joined by quest for truth, we work for peace and honor all creation. This is our covenant. To fully embody the miracle of which we speak today, we need direct experience on a regular basis. Glimpses of that transcending mystery and wonder, affirmed in all sustainable cultures. Experience that calls us to a renewal of the spirit and an openness to the forces that create and uphold life. seeking liberation both for ourselves and for the children of our children, we have committed ourselves to share our experiences. So we pass along what we have learned of the wisdom of our ancestors. Or, let's admit it, we may not have fully grasped all of the wisdom of the ancestors. And so to some degree, we simply pass it along, humbly trusting that the generations to come will interpret it all for themselves. We also pass along what we have learned from our own trials and errors. And we are grateful for these opportunities to share, because it is often only in articulating what we have learned that we really get it.
To create this world, we need people who truly know themselves and freely choose their faith and values.
These people, these teachers we now honor, have modeled appreciation for human diversity and for an interdependent web of all existence. They have shown our children that it's okay to question the status quo, and they have demonstrated compassion when dealing with conflict.
They have reminded us that God is a place of religious education for everyone, a place to be challenged, and a place to be reminded of our deepest values, our most important commitments, and our heart's longing for a world of peace, liberty, and justice for all. Please come forward this morning. I'd like to invite our religious education teachers to come forward. And maybe, just maybe have a line in front. Come on in front and stand for me. I'm going to call you forward. The child space teachers this year were Al Varga, Haley Holmgren, Gus Carboni, Alice Hovenden, and Margaret Hovenden. Spirit Play teachers, Francie Gass, Becky Curtis, Jenny Bofield, Rebecca Cowan, Lori McMillan Rausch, Genevieve Carcaby, Maya McGee. Intermediate teachers for our 4th and 5th grade class were Michelle McGee, Colin Goggin, Tor Sacco. Our middle school youth advisors this year were Michael Lilliquist, Chris Lohr, and Sunny Goggin. Lohr? Thank you. High school youth group, Alicia Alford and Allison Yah. Our OWL instructors this year were Lauralee Carboni, Don Sayak, and Leah Macaluso. And then, since it was a coming-of-age year, we had coming-of-age mentors, Becky Curtis, Ro Donaldson, Barbara Lehman, Jenny Bofield, Francie Gass, Wendy Zopp, Heidi Alford, Shasta Pettyjohn, Barbara Gilday, Elizabeth Skinner, and Alex Lahosotiros. Lahosotiros. I can do it sometimes. I'd also just like to mention the rest of my RE committee who's not already up here. That would include Ross Reynolds and Robin Brown, as well as our Wednesday night child care providers, Ben Holmgren, Marley McGee, Annabelle McGee, Sam Hovenden, Zola Carboni, and Stella Varga. As you can tell by that list of me listing everyone out, it's a large group of people that it takes to run a religious education program. And these people, many of them, I have counted on them year after year, and they've done an amazing job leading our children and inspiring all of us to be our best selves and inspiring each other as well. And I'd like to give our teachers just a moment to say what it means to them to be a teacher if they want to, if they want. But to just say a little something about it, because this is an opportunity that always exists in this congregation. If you feel a call toward teaching, that opportunity is available. So get in touch with me before I go, if that is something you're interested in. But be inspired, because here they go.
Teaching L here at Buff has allowed me to combine my two passions, health and education.
Being a part of the coming of age group with my mentee Marley lit my fire.
I'm grateful for for all the teaching that the 4th and 5th graders have given me. They are my Zen masters, and they have taught me just tons about patience, perseverance, and the allure of Minecraft.
I have worn many hats over the 30 years of being here in the RE program. But the one that's closest to my heart is coming of age. I now have 9 young women that are very special to me because we had that time together.
In Spirit Play, we read these wonderful stories. I think last week we got to hear one of them, Hide and Seek with God. And it is just such a beautiful thing to read these stories to the kids and get their wondering questions afterwards. And coming of age is just amazing to see these kids unfurl. So I love being a part of it.
So it's been a cliche that working with middle schoolers this last couple of years has actually given me hope for the future.
Yeah, I would echo what a couple of other people have said. The Spirit Play curriculum in and of itself is fun, and it actually informs my work as a preschool teacher professionally. But most of all, it's the kids. They are profound teachers. We learn from them as much. And it also helps me know families as they are coming into our congregation, because that's families with young children, I should say, because we're all families. And I think that is really, really important to welcome those people that are the future.
I worked with the middle schoolers this year, and I was always amazed by their unique perspectives, and to see them develop a sense of comfort within the group and starting to become a cohesive group that will take them through high school is really wonderful. So it's lovely each summer.
I honestly don't know who more enjoys or is more fulfilled by the high school youth group, the youth, or myself. I really don't know. But I'm fairly certain that I am more inspired consistently by them. Hi, I'm Michelle. I've been in RE, I don't know, about 8 years, and I've been part of most of it. My maybe favorites are the 4th and 5th graders, and I'm not just saying that because that's what I'm teaching right now. I was just relaying to Paul recently, it's kind of amazing that I'm a Sunday school teacher because I was kicked out of Sunday school 3 times. So, haha. And what I really love about that is that the reason I was kicked out of those classes, my bad behavior was that I had a question. And that would never happen here. And I've gotten some doozies of some questions. But it has never happened. And they are just the most inspiring children. And I think as a teacher, if you are a teacher, you know that you learn more by teaching than probably you did as a student. And that's maybe why we love being teachers, is because we want to learn it. I'm actually learned a lot over the years, and I've really appreciated not being kicked out. Thank you, Crystal.
I work with the Spirit Play, and it works perfect for me right now in my life as I'm transitioning, maybe because I've been inspired to be my best self by Crystal and this incredible team here at Beth. And I just love working with the Spirit Play. They teach me every day about who I am and about who they are, and keep me grounded and remind me that it's okay to keep the little girl inside of me alive, and that's okay. And so I thank them, and I'm grateful they're sitting, some of them are sitting right behind me. So I feel like they have my back as much as I have theirs. So thank you.
You know, I definitely never thought I'd be in this position, but I'm so glad that I am. And these high schoolers have inspired me more than I ever thought they would. And sometimes I think they should be leading me, not the other way around.
Excuse me. I've heard the saying a lot, like, you don't know something truly until you can teach it. And I think this definitely stands true with our principles and values, because I've learned a lot more about them in Unitarianism in the last, year of teaching second and third graders. And so, if any of you are thinking about doing it, I really encourage it. It puts a different perspective in it.
What I've learned working with the RE program is that sometimes you're put on the spot unknowingly. I don't know if you sent an email out, I didn't get it. But that also, RE is less about what it means to be a Unitarian, more about who you want to be in this community.
It's hard to say how much I enjoy volunteering for middle schoolers. I have fun. I feel good when I do it, and middle schoolers are awesome.
I love being a mentor, and I have kept up my relationships with my past mentees, and it's fun to see them going through high school and into college and coming back to me for letters of reference. And I truly learn more about myself each time I'm a mentor, and I think it's one of the best programs that we have as part of our religious education.
Modeling that you've been doing for these marvelous people. They are the leaders and contributors to our community in the years to come. And they're going to stand up behind you, but you're going to probably have to get out of the way so they can do their thing.
we're going to sing the children upstairs, a different version of As You Go for Dee Dee. And so if you would sing with us, As You Go. You know As You Go.
It's fun to think about all the great things that those kids are going to do to change the world. But in the meantime, it's you and me, baby. We're in it, and the time is now. The problems that need to be faced are the problems of today. The resources we gather are what we will have to work with. And working all together, like they were singing about, black, white, rich, poor, Christian, and atheist, we may tell kids that that is our dream for the future, but here and now, it's complicated. Because not everyone within our interdependent web is ready to acknowledge that we are all connected. Maybe the Buff Women's Ensemble can advise us how to proceed under such circumstances. generation will require courage and resolution. And, along the way, refreshment, reassurance, and beauty. Perhaps more than anything else, in order to discover the light within ourselves, in order to overcome our fears, we simply need to practice, trying, failing, forgetting ourselves and each other, and starting again. In addition to familiar principles of liberal religion like freedom, reason, and tolerance, we also need work. And you will need to join in the work in this time, toward the end of this song, and he will cue you to stand and sing. The words are printed in your order of service.
We'll build a bind up the broken. We'll build a land where the captives go free, where the oil of gladness dissolves all mourning. Oh, we'll build a promised land that can be.
The Buff Choir thanks you all for singing and celebrating and building with us in acknowledgement of the beauty within each of us, the beauty all around us, and the beauty that yet shall be. The Buff Choir wishes to thank as well our friend, our director, our inspiration for so many years, Andy Marshall. We wish to acknowledge that in order to continue to discover the beauties still ahead of us, we need sometimes to say goodbye. What an incredible blessing. In addition to singing for you all on Sundays, we got to sing together every Wednesday evening, and I personally have never had so much fun in choir practice. We also got to join together with several local church choirs for the Interfaith Coalition concert and also for their auction. And in the Interfaith Coalition Choir Festival, which was all the more sensational this year because Andy had a chance to direct for the first time. And imagine about 10 or 12 church choirs all singing One Baraka, what we did today, walking in together, all in that huge voice. It was just marvelous. And I have to mention how that ties into our theme today, which you remember, there is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. This choir knows about that, I can assure you. The Buff Choir, while we were entirely collaborative and humble while working with these other choirs, when we got up there to do our own thing, well, we did not shrink. We did not withhold our very best. Oh, and the year just went on and on. A few weeks ago, we got to sing for Barbara Cornell's ordination in Seattle, and a few months before that, we joined several other UU congregational choirs for a weekend of singing together under the direction of one of our favorite songwriters, Brian Tate. This song, now of Brian's, represents, well, how we feel about the opportunities that this year has brought us.
Oh,
Because in order to be liberated, we often need a channel through which to pay forward the gifts of our lives. It is our intention at Club to be such a channel of generosity. Thank you for your incredible generosity. Thank you for all the creative ways that you find to inspire one another to pay it forward. And finally, let me say that in order to discover and liberate our beauty and power, we have to claim it. We have to claim it. So please stand with all of us now as we claim it with just a little light on.
This is my favorite hymn.
It's the light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
On everybody. Here we go. On
Everyone I meet.
That's right.
I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I meet. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Here we go. This little light.
This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
This time? Yeah. It's been an amazing year, and also there's also a little bit of bittersweet in this final service with Andy for us. I'm going to ask the members of the choir that we have a few in the audience that might like to come up that were past members, and before we close the service, feel a surprise song for Andy and the kids and Edie, if you would please sit in the four chairs here that are set up for you. We get a chance to sing with you and as a measure of our thanks for all you've done.
mention that our theme continues next week as we send our graduating high school seniors into the world, into whatever there is. Again, we will have extraordinary music. This stage will be covered with marimbas. So to segue from this moment into what is to come, I will close with a quote from Houston Smith, commenting on the commonalities we share across the spectrum of religious seeking and practice. All of us dwell on the brink of the infinite ocean of life's creative power. We all carry within us supreme strength, the fullness of wisdom, unquenchable joy. It is never thwarted and cannot be destroyed. But it is hidden deep, which is what makes life a problem. The infinite is down in the darkest, profoundest vault of our being, in the forgotten wellhouse, the deep cistern. What if we could discover it again and again and draw from it unceasingly? Which brings us to the moment each Sunday when holding hands we create that container, that deep cistern, our sense of shared purpose. Let's go around for freedom.